Good evening guys. Today I'm going to discuss about select values checkbox group with jQuery. So here till now we discussed we have a checkboxes. So when users select a specific checkboxes and click on submit, then we'll get that result like how many number of checkboxes selected by user and the value the values of checkboxes which are selected by user. So this is the one. Suppose you have a web page having two checkbox list. One is skills having a list of checkboxes, and we have one more checkbox list for preferred cities having different set of checkboxes. So if you use something like input type checkbox and colon check, then we'll get all the information something like skills and preferred cities. So here, but I don't want to get all the checkboxes selected, but I want divide the skills. So in skills, what are the checkboxes selected, and in preferred cities, and what are the checkboxes selected. So for this to divide this, we have two buttons. One is get selected skills and get selected cities. So when user select a few of checkboxes for skills, then when I click on get selected skills, then I can get all the checkboxes which are selected by user for skills. And when I click on cities button, then I will get the list of checkbox values by which user selected. So this is my output. I want to show it. So for that, so you can see the output something individually. So in the next one, instead of providing a buttons, we can do one more thing is when users select on select of checkboxes, then you can show the how many checkboxes selected for skills and as well as what are checkboxes selected for skills. Similarly, when user on selection of these checkboxes, so I have to show the list of checkboxes for cities. So two solutions. One is using buttons, and without using buttons on selection of checkboxes, I have to show the output. So let's see. When you're coming here, I have two buttons. Button ID is btn get selected skills. So when user click on this button and even cities button, what the output we need to get is we have to get that the number of checkboxes selected and the list of checkboxes which is selected by user. So here the common operation is there. That's the reason I created a function that will be called in two buttons. So the function, so name as get selected checkboxes. So I created a function. That function accept the parameters, like I can accept the parameters like here each checkbox list group by name. Here is skills and here is the cities. So I will pass the group name to a function and I will get the results. So here I define a result variable, and instead of getting the all the checkboxes selected using a type equal text, I can provide with the name. So name is distinct for both checkbox list. So name equal to name of the group. So that is coming from the input of the function and then selected. So the result will consist of the list of checkboxes selected based on the group name. So I will display the number of checkboxes selected if it is length is greater than 0, else I will display no checkbox selected. So if length is greater than 0, then I will append this result string with the checkboxes which are selected. For that, I have the result, number of checkbox selected here in the result variable. So I will loop each checkbox. So I will append to the result string. So for that, I define as a result dot each, and I define anonymous function here. For each checkbox value, will define under dollar this dot value. I will get the value of that. Then I will put a breakpoint to show in next line. So once we get the result set, I will show in the div controller in the HTML method. So this is my output. Let's copy this. So I have the solution. So this is my old solution. I'm just replacing the respective scripts here. I will copy paste this body section for showing the HTML. So here showing as unknown element because I copied from the one node. There is a special character is inserted here to replace with the empty space. Then I can resolve all the errors, unknown strings. So resolve put control KD. So I will align all HTML things page. So I have the checkboxes, two checkboxes. Then I have two buttons. Type is submit and ID is defined here for each button, and result will display in div. So here when a user clicks on a specific button, something like a skills button, then I will call this function. This is a common function to define both buttons because I'm going to get a similar set of results. Here I'm defining a function. The function accept the input parameter because I have the two checkboxes. I'm going to get the selected checkboxes based on the name of a checkbox list. So here I have two set of checkbox list. Each will be defined grouped by the name. So I will pass the input as a name that is coming from here, and then I will get the selected checkboxes based on the name. Then I will get the if users select more than one checkboxes, then length is greater than 0, then I will get this the number of checkboxes selected here. Then I will append this with the what are the checkboxes selected that is in the result set. So I will loop using each function, and I will append this to the results string. If user does not select anything, that means there is no checkbox selected. So I will show this result into the div result using HTML method. So this is my output. Let's try to execute this. So user select this and VB and get selected skills. I got the two checkbox selected and value of the checkboxes. And similarly, if I select New Delhi, London and click on get selected cities, I override with the these results at New Delhi, London, and two checkbox. Even if I select New York and replace, so this is the output. Instead of providing two buttons on selection of checkbox only, I want to display the results in two different divs. For that, just going to update this. Just select this function and similarly the HTML information. So the special character is inserted here, just replacing this special character with empty space. So press Ctrl KD to align the HTML things. So here I have the checkbox list, one checkbox, second checkbox list. Then I have two divs, one div for skills, one div for cities. When you're coming to here, so on selection of checkbox, that means on selection of or on click of a checkbox, then I should show the elements, the selected checkboxes into the div, the respective divs. So this is my output. So for that, so on selection of checkbox is defined using input type name skills. That means in checkboxes are grouped with the name. So when users select on a specific checkbox, that means it will be this will be fired, click fired. Then I'm going to call this function. This function here, similarly, I will get that results here. What are the checkboxes selected using group name? Then if users select more number of checkboxes, at least one checkbox, then I will go inside and I will display the number of checkboxes selected. Then I will append this result string with the each checkbox is selected using here like a results string plus equal to, then dollar this is represents the selected checkbox, and using val method I will get the value of the checkbox and I will put a breakpoint. So I will get the result string and I will display here on a respective div. So I will calling the same function in both, but how do you display into the specific div? Using the div id. So here I define a id in such a way that display on the I will use one div like a one div function to be called, like a id should be a similarly like a div and the name of the div, and similarly here div the name of the checkbox list. So here I will just append this div with the group name, so it will display the respective div. Suppose it is skills, then div skills. If it is cities, then it will div cities. So if user doesn't select anything, that means it will goes to else block and display the no checkbox is selected on the respective div. Clear? Save this and execute this. So on selection of checkboxes, I used to see one checkbox selected and the value of checkbox, and click on C sharp. Two checkboxes selected and C sharp. And similarly, when user select on these cities, I will get one checkbox selected and New Delhi, and click on New York, I will get the New York as well. So uncheck, get all the similar values. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this video.